Welcome to the DeJour Village Show and Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Deshonda Jennings, and I'm honored to guide you through conversations that celebrate the power of community, collaboration, and legacy building. On this show, we highlight real life stories from entrepreneurs, childcare professionals, parents, and leaders who are proving every day that growth happens when we lean on each other. You'll hear practical strategies, inspiring testimonies, and the kind of wisdom that can shift your mindset and move your mission forward. If you're building a business, leading in your community, or simply striving to make a difference, this show was made with you in mind. Welcome to the village, and let's begin. Welcome back to the DeJour Village Show. I am your host, Dr. Deshonda Jennings. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do a twist on the show today. Today, I'm going to get interviewed as a parent. So I have a special guest. His name is Thomas Jennings. He's going to be asking me several questions around parenting. Are you ready to hop into it?
Yes, I am. How y'all doing? I'm Thomas Jennings. Back again one more time. I just wanted to just start by one question first. How do you practice self-care as a parent?
Oh, yeah, I know. This is like one of my favorite questions. This is actually one of the things that I teach my clients. How I practice self-care as a parent is I set my boundaries. That's the most important thing. That sometimes as parents, we want to feel bad or we feel guilty that if we don't do everything that our kids want to do. No, part of self-care is being able to set clear boundaries. What I mean by that is a boundary for me may be, okay, I'm going to take this weekend getaway and I'm going to do absolutely nothing. I'm going to have you some snacks. I'm going to have you some food. Whatever it is that you need, you're going to have it. And I'm going to be hands off. Another way that I balance my self care as a parent is I have an office. I actually got two offices now that I think about it. And sometimes I just go in my office, whether I'm journaling, whether I'm praying, whatever it is, I'm just taking that moment away from me. Because y'all know I work with the youth every single day. So being a mom and working with children every single day, you have to take that time out. So my biggest thing would be is set a clear boundary and follow the boundary that you set.
Okay, I like that. I like that. We just gonna keep it going then because you sound like you know something. What advice will you offer another parent who's feeling overwhelmed or unsure?
First, I would definitely say if you are feeling overwhelmed, and I don't even want to take it into religion, but I am a Christian, I am a believer, is cast your cares on him. That's what the words say. As a parent, you don't have to carry everything. And y'all know the title of the show is It Takes a Village. Like a lot of times we want to carry all the weight ourselves, which some kind of reason way back from our ancestors, we were made to believe that we have to be strong. You do not have to be strong. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, lean into your village. Look around you. A lot of times we can have help right in front of us, or the help may not even look like what we think it should look like, and we just can continue to do things ourselves. So, one, back to my previous question: set your boundary, and you stick to it. The boundary that you set. If you need help, ask for help, and realize that you don't have to carry everything by yourself.
Okay. You on a roll. You on a roll. You on a roll. We just gonna keep it going then because I like y'all. I like what you're saying. Okay. Let's step on to this next one here.
This is his first time hosting. For some of y'all, probably like, what is going on with the pauses? Like, this is real
No,
life. This is the first
no,
time host.
because all right. Let's try this one right here. Let's see. Can you give us some good off this one? How do you balance parenting with your personal and professional goals?
Okay, so the question to me was, how do I balance parenting with my personal and professional goals? if I have some people that's new to me, the reason why I got into my profession was because I was a parent. Just not to give you the whole story, but a snippet of my story. A lot of y'all know that I run a childcare business. The reason why I started that business was after the birth of my miracle baby, which is my personal life, due to all the back end trauma. Some people call it church hurt, spiritual abuse, all those things that's happened, even homelessness while I was pregnant. That part of my personal life is what led me to my business life, my career life. And even with that, I remember when I first started my business, I always talk about I started it from a place of fear, like so afraid that somebody was going to do something to my miracle baby, right? Out of fear. But as I grew in my personal life, I realized that the impact that I make on a future generation is way bigger and greater than me just doing something out of fear. I now do it as part of my legacy. So when I'm no longer here, my kids and grandkids would see that, hey, Mondi, she was a whole entrepreneur. She gave jobs to different people.
That's when your professional goals come in, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So that's kind of like how, because without my personal life, that would probably would not be the professional life from what I do today. And I only share the backstory for those who don't know me to know how I got into the space. But go ahead, back to you. You want to ask me something else? Come on.
Um, I have a lot because you have a lot to give, and you're on point at every question. You are not hesitating.
Well, talk to me then. Come on. Let's have a conversation for the people.
What have parents taught you about yourself?
Oh gosh. All right, parents.
So y'all listening?
The question was, what have parenting taught me about me?
No. The question is, what has parenting taught you about yourself?
That's what I said.
But
What has parenting taught me about me?
if that's how you want to put it.
Because it said, what has parenting taught me about myself? So
Okay.
myself is me.
Okay. If that's how you want to put it, you can clarify the way you want to put it. But we got
I would
people
say,
listening.
For the listeners, parenting has taught me a lot about me. For one, it taught me I definitely needed some help on patience. So I just want to be real transparent because parenting is not easy. But one of the biggest things that it taught me about myself is that I needed, and even now to this day, I'm still not there. Being a parent is definitely teaching me that I need more patience. Um, Being a parent that's taught me about myself is my children is a reflection of who I am. And a lot of times we're like, oh, no, I don't know where they get that from. Like, they get it from us. So no matter what, good or bad, your children is going to be a reflection of who you are. Another thing that parenting has taught me about myself is that it kind of helped push me into my purpose on this earth. Like maybe when I first started life, I thought my life was about me. But now that I'm a parent, I understand the impact that I make. And parenting has also taught me to give grace. Like you may think you're giving grace when grace is needed, because just like the word says, is my grace sufficient? Um, Parenting has taught me about myself that you don't have to be perfect. And then when I think back in part of my journey, a big part of my journey, I didn't get started because I was trying to wait to be perfect. But being a parent has taught me that I don't have to be perfect.
Okay. Okay. You still on a good road. But I have one more well maybe two more, but I have one more that
Okay.
I would like to
What you got for me? What question you got for me? Or what you want to know?
can you share a proud parenting moment that still make you smile?
Oh my God. And I'm smiling as I'm thinking about it. Ah, I got so many moments as a parent that we're popping Mountain Dews over here, y'all. So I know the listeners probably like, what's that sound? So a parenting moment that has made me proud, and I share that, and I love to share it, and I'm proud as I think about it. I remember when my youngest daughter was in my preschool program. I remember when she used to always say she wanted to be a doctor. She used to always go to dramatic play and play with being a doctor. Fast forward, y'all, she has graduated from high school, going to school to be a doctor. So yes, I'm like, okay, I taught her that, and that thing, it just makes me so proud that even as a babe, she knew who she was at the age of 2 and 3, and it didn't change. That made me proud. Um, Another parenting moment that has made me proud. I remember one of my daughters. She was just struggling, and she graduated now. She probably don't mind me sharing this, but I remember she just wasn't. Let me back up. She wasn't struggling. She just wasn't doing the work. And as soon as she did the work, she went from F to A. So that made me proud because I knew who she was. I knew she could do it all along. She just wasn't doing the work. So that made me proud. I remember when I used to do this MLM. I know he probably asked me one question, but I have so many parenting moments, and I just want to make sure I touch on all my children. I remember my youngest son that when I was doing my travel business, and we used to stop at the gas station, he'd be like, Mama, don't forget to give him a business card. So he used to hold me accountable, even as a little kid, reminding me to pass out my business card. So that made me proud. My son Tyler, he is just so loving and amazing, and it makes me proud how he'd be like, one night, I remember one night I was getting a massage, and this was just most recently, and I had cut my phones off, and so when I came out and I cut my phone back on, he was like, are you okay? I was like, yeah, Tyler, why you ask? He said, because you was in the same spot for over an hour. So that made me proud that he cared enough about to wonder, like, hey, my mom's been sitting here. Let me see if she's okay. He is just so caring and lovable. That made me proud. My oldest daughter, I remember when she graduated from college, and then she had got her CNA. And I was like, you're going to be a nurse practitioner. She was like, no, I'm not. I'm CNA. Then she went to LPN. Now she's RN. And now she's going to school for that nurse practitioner. So that truly made me proud. Can't leave nobody out. Let's see who I didn't talk about. I didn't talk about Raquan. He graduated, went to ODU for engineering, wasn't gifted. Like, all my kids are smart, y'all. Like, every last one of them makes me so proud. They are so academically smart, and they're really good kids. Oh, I forgot about Pumpkin. A moment that made me proud. And it's funny today that when my younger ones take SOLs, their mindset is, oh, I passed him. I remember when he was in 6th grade, he had a 600. And back then, that was like a perfect score on an SOL. So that made me so proud as a parent that he got a perfect score. And back then, they used to give you a sticker that said like 600. So that made me proud. That's it. I can go on and on, y'all. Y'all know, y'all can probably hear it in my voice. Hashtag proud mom. It's so many amazing moments from all of my children. Oh, let's shout Diamond out again. Graduated from high school with a 4.55 GPA. That right there, if that ain't proudest at its proudest, scholarships behind scholarships for a ride. Women marry, here she come. That is hashtag proud mama. Back to you, Thomas. What else you got for me?
I got a good one right here. This one right here. This for all y'all sweating women. What keep you going when the work get hard and heavy?
What keeps me going when the work gets hard and heavy? I would say truthfully, knowing that the work that I do every single day, it's a direct impact on our future generation. Not just a impact for tomorrow or impact for right now. So when I know that I have the honor and the privilege every single day to, one, create jobs, allow people to be able to take care of their family, and then teach children not just skills that they're going to learn for here today or tomorrow. These are skills that's going to take them, whether it's going to be elementary school, junior high school, and life. So even though it's not easy in this field, it's really not, because you want to try to save every child, and then sometimes what gets heavy when you can't save that child, meaning that what I mean by that is you may have a child that may have a need that no matter how hard you try, you can't meet that need. And that can get really, really heavy. But I'm just so grateful that it's support systems. Remember, we talk about it takes a village. It's support systems, whether it's early intervention or another program. It's so many support systems. So that gets me through waking up every day, knowing that I have a direct impact on the future generation. So that's how I stay doing what I do.